Vodka. It's spelled V-O-D-K-A, and it has a very ordinary origin, but a very interesting one. It's a derivative from the word for water, which is voda in Russian. Now, vodka is made by distilling various grains, and you add a fair percentage of water to that. So what you end up with is a kind of version of water, which is why you've gone from voda to vodka. The distillation process, so I've been told, takes place at 3 levels. If you distill it 3 times, you get the really high quality, luxurious vodka. And of course, an awful lot depends on the grain you use, which can be either wheat or rye, and the quality of the water that's added into the distilled alcohol. If you distill it twice, you get what's called standard vodka. And the first distillation is the basic spirit that they use for cleaning. The proportion of water and vodka has a history. It goes back to Mendeleev in the 19th century, one of whose early articles was precisely on what the proportions of water to vodka should be. He's a scientist from the middle of the 19th century who went on to become extremely internationally famous because he developed the periodic table.
Mendeleev, father of the periodic table, worked out the method of measuring the standard concentration of alcohol in vodka at about 40%. So you can buy vodka with Mendeleev's name on it and the periodic table.
Vodka is an extremely important, both socially and medically, part of Russian life. It's a measure of somebody's hospitality, the standard of vodka that they offer you, and the amount of vodka that they offer you. And there's a whole culture around the consumption of vodka. These are vodka shots, vodka glasses. I'm really intrigued by these because they've actually got pictures of churches on. I mean, obviously designed, again, to catch the tourists. You're given a shot of vodka and you really must drink it all down in one go. Vadin glatok, as they say. If you sip it, you really don't get the pleasures from it. The pleasure comes in as it hits the gullet and down into the stomach. You get this wonderful warm sensation.
A few years ago, I found this bottle of vodka in France. It has Polyakov, which is my surname, so I was quite excited. But it's spelt with a V rather than a double F, the way I spell it, because over the years, the way that people translate the Russian alphabet into English letters has changed.
The best vodka is odourless, colourless, and without taste. And the best vodka is very soft. The water has to be very soft. And in fact, some of the best vodka is made by using ice from the northern seas, which is a very interesting point as well. That odourlessness, flavourlessness and colourlessness means it's not something you need to savour with the tongue. And around taking your vodka down in one gulp, the Russians have developed a whole culture of what we would call hors d'oeuvre, which they call zakuski, which are a whole series of very tasty snacks, often built around smoked fish or pickled vegetables. Very colourful, lots of fruits as well mixed in there. So you have your vodka and you have your tasty little dish with it. I have some examples here. These two are clearly for export. This is the standard vodka that I mentioned that comes from the second distilling. This is again a standard vodka, but packaged so that it can be read outside Russia because the labelling is obviously in English. They're the colourless, odourless, flavourless vodkas. But there's a whole set of other vodkas which are flavoured vodkas. This one is a honey and pepper vodka. Vodkas are often used medicinally in what we would call an alternative medicine, and very good for rubbing into joints, for back pain. There's also many, many tales of it being used for people who've got too cold outside, in temperatures of -20, -30 come in, and it certainly does have that effect of warming up the body, but of course you mustn't overdo it. There's a whole area of body language which goes along with vodka as well. And I can demonstrate one which I have been told about, which is, would you like some vodka, flicking the side of the throat. I was told very clearly, vodka is not made from potatoes. That's the Polish way of making vodka. We had vodka in Russia before potatoes arrived, so that is clearly a distinctive feature that the Russians don't use potato. They did use potato, though, during the Second World War when grain was very scarce, so they had to find other sources.